Get ready for Exquisite Corpsecast by First Issue Club.
Welcome back to Oak Valley, Maine for Exquisite Corpsecast 3.
You sound like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Oh boy, was I excited for another issue of Exquisite Corpse, and we got it. Exquisite Corpses, plural.
The corpses are numerous.
That's right. And we got another doozy on our hands, as is always promised. Another death and several other kills. And we're going to break it all down for you here, folks. This issue by Pornsak Pichetshot, who has written Infidel, The Good Asian, Manchurian, and Man's Best, all comics that the First Issue Club has covered.
And just announced he'll be doing the Absolute Green Arrow book.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think he might have done some Green Arrow in the past, so not too much of a stranger to old Ollie there. Assuming Absolute Green Arrow is Ollie. We don't know.
That's so true. An excellent point, Mike D.
I think they call him Oliver in the Absolute verse. He's matured.
Mr. Queen.
Mr. Arrow if you're nasty.
Mr. Arrow. Did either of you guys read Infidel? I know we're slightly off topic. Was it good?
Yeah, of course.
So good.
It
was
looked
fantastic.
It looked incredible, but I missed it.
Yeah, that was the book that put this author on my radar.
Yeah. There's an ad for it in the back of maybe this issue of Exquisite Corpses that said that it was on like NPR's 100 greatest horror stories of all time or something.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously immediately I was like, okay, well, I need to read that. So
I do like that the Tiny Onion complex has orchestrated a thing that exposes people to like different creators like this, and they're promoting a bunch of indie writers' books throughout the series. So that is pretty rad.
yeah, very cool. My first question at the top was, is this the first like true Exquisite Corpse type issue wherein we get a writer who is not James taking the reins?
The last issue was mainly authored by, I think, a contributor of the first issue.
Matt Walsh, right?
Michael
Walsh. I always do that.
Okay.
Mr. Walsh, I apologize.
Brutal clarification.
I was confused because Walsh did the art on both issues.
Yeah, he took the head spot writing. So
Got it.
technically every issue has been corpseified with a different indie writer.
All right. So that settles that. Good to know. What did you guys think of this issue? Initial reactions, first off.
Mortal first reaction.
I think a first initial reaction is that we were all right about the nefarious Nurse Pete, and that he was just doomed to be hated, like no real redeemable quality. I think what this creative team or these creative teams are trying to do is try to give us a little silver lining with all these murderers and psychopaths in this game of just like, there is some good possibly to some of these people, like in another world they could be different people. But I think what we saw with Nurse Pete is just like, he's just a deranged, evil human.
We should do this for every episode, but spoilers if you haven't read the issue. The page where he's standing in the nursery was really rough.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough page. 'Cause it's just like him, and it's basically an all red page surrounded by babies with this like terrible grin on his face. I think that paired really well with the image we got of, I'll call her the patron, whatever, the rich lady from Virginia, the person that Nurse Pete was representing in the game. She had a scene where she talked about how she played the game the right way,
Mm-hmm.
and just made bets on like body count. And she was, even though Nurse Pete died, she was celebrating because he killed, whatever it was, 20 people
Mm-hmm.
right away, and then ended up not getting killed by one of the other killers. So you got a really interesting kind of juxtaposition of two different kinds of bloodshed, you know, or bloodthirst.
Killer juxtaposition.
And I thought that was very cool, very interesting. And it's very unsurprising to me that this issue was written by someone with horror chops.
Yeah, agree. I feel like the point of that exchange was to show how demented these people are that are leading this like secret society.
Yeah.
And they're just like, hey, at the end of the day, it's just a party, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're here to have fun.
We're just sacks of meat, guys. Come on.
Their tonality throughout the entire thing is just so twisted. And the only outlier is this woman from South Carolina, one of the Carolinas, who's got her sister in the thing, where it's like one of them is finally realizing the stakes of it. Only once one of her family members has been like thrust into the competition.
Yeah.
So good stuff there. Since we lost Nurse Pete, that leaves us with Virginia out after New Hampshire and North Carolina.
Yeah. So all of us are still in.
That's right. We did brackets. I think a lot of us took Nurse Pete falling off the board next just because of what the last issue was like.
Yeah.
So everything's panning out. My bracket is perfect so far.
What'd you guys think of the dance scene where the pyrotechnic psychopath and the bomb psychopath kind of like caught feelings for one another and then instantly found out they're a part of the same game?
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah.
I they both had the same idea, which was go to a crowded place for a large amount of kills. And I do think it's interesting when I was reading the character bios that one of them is fire and one of them is explosives. And there's a decent amount of overlap there. So like of course those two would kind of have the same idea, catch eyes and catch feelings. It's really funny when their beepers go off at the same time, alerting them that like another kill has gone down. I think Nurse Pete's death is what notifies them that something has happened in the competition, which lets both of them know that something is going on. So we immediately leave that scene. So do these two team up from here and become like temporary allies for a while? Or do they both try to off each other, and one or both of them dies in the calamity? I could see it going either way.
Yeah, I think it's like a Thelma and Louise situation. You know what I mean? Like they team up to cause havoc, and they know they can't have each other, and they can't survive this game. So why not blow each other up together, like holding hands?
I do love that seems to be a kind of a trope.
Fatal trope
in bracket or tournament style media where everybody has to end up taking each other out. There's always some sort of like a team up with tension, right? Where two characters end up falling for each other.
Alliances.
But there's always that underlying tension of, well, eventually we're gonna have to kill one another.
Like the kid in Air Bud. Like he's like, one day I'm gonna have to put you down.
I'm gonna have to put you down. That's right.
But for right now, you are just sinking threes, my dude.
Oh boy. Remind me when we record the Patreon to talk about Air Bud.
I wish you would do that more often, to be honest. We need to do a separate Air Bud podcast.
Jesus.
All right. In the death of Nurse Pete, he was taken out by EMT Ian.
Yes.
Who was dying on the floor, saving EMT Laura's life. So I'm glad that like Laura's one of those characters. Were she on the bracket, I would have her going all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
I think she's kind of the star of the show more than any other non-player character.
I think.
Yeah, I definitely found myself rooting for her. Like initially, I was rooting for that the Halloween dressed up guy. We get a little flash of him.
Yes.
He's like babysitting the kid.
Zavi is his name.
Zavi.
Craig is the one that's babysitting. Zavi's the boyfriend.
Yes.
I can't remember which one you were talking about. The one that went the one that's got like metal makeup on his face is Zavi.
Is Zavi, yes. Initially he was my guy. But I found myself really getting pretty interested in Laura's backstory, where she's like kind of done everything and kind of has her hands in a lot of like, I don't know, interests.
Mm-hmm.
Where she talked about wanting to go to med school, and obviously she's an EMT, and she was the one that was in the military as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about wanting to go to like engineering school too. And there was that great scene between her and her EMT partner talking about like who you are like as a person on the inside. That was really interesting.
Yeah, that was a great bit of dialogue.
I
Got to give us a little depth for each character before we kill one of them.
That's right.
yeah.
Make you care about them before
Yeah,
you rip
that's
them
exactly
away.
right.
I don't like that trope though.
Grotesque trope.
Cuz like I think Ian and characters who are Ians in other media deserve to outlive the good advice that they give. You know what I mean? Just like he gave such a poignant speech and kind of said that like, you know, growing up his dad used to beat his mom, and his mom was just like, can you please help me stop him? And he was a little kid, and rightly so, he was just like afraid of his dad, so he couldn't help. And so like he just always felt like the person that what ruins the things that he loves or something, or hurts the things that he loves. And so like he was able to break free of that mold. But then like
And help, like that's exactly what happened. This time he helped.
right. And like that's great.
Right.
And you
But
know,
by sacrificing himself.
but like what a great story we could tell after that. Like he does it and he survives and he goes on to become even better. Like I get that we need these character pivot moments, and like you need a catalyst for that. And that's why we have Ians and other people like him who serve as those like entry points of just like a great character shift.
Now, is Ian explicitly dead, or is he just Two-Face?
Well, the gurgles that I heard had the remnants of a death rattle.
Yeah. He did take acid like directly to the eyeball.
Yeah, he took acid in his face.
Not the good kind of hippie acid.
I don't think it got injected in him. It was all topical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
who knows?
you're not wrong, Mike D.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
There is a world wherein
right.
Ian is the Two-Face of Oak Valley, Maine.
Sure.
There is
Sure.
a parallel universe that we live in right now where Ian
Yeah.
is just
this
fine.
is our new Gotham.
Ian comes back for season 2.
Absolute exquisite corpse. Ian survives.
Absolute exquisite.
All right, so you mentioned Zavi, E&D, and we get more of him in this book. Or he's already, I think in issue 2 he saw some deaths.
Yeah, he like saw him through like a window maybe, or at a distance. Is that right?
Something
a back
happened.
alley or something.
So
Yeah.
now he's on the hunt for Craig to make sure he's safe, or to tell him that something's up.
Craig.
And in going to look for Craig, he finds more dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Craig is currently with Gamer Kid. Zavi thinks, oh, Craig must have gone to the concert to look for me, and is about to head to the concert that Layla Blaze and Slater are at.
Yes.
Which is, I don't know, just some great interweaving.
Crucially interwoven.
Of like the different characters and different paths. Like every issue where like the amount of killers gets more manageable, the more we can do with like colliding stories, I think.
Yeah.
That you can like actually track. Like I'm still eternally impressed by how many characters there have been in this, and how little I've felt overwhelmed or like lost by this story. Like they're very good about re-emphasizing character names and relationships and all this stuff in a way that doesn't feel like, remember last time, which I think there's a real art to that.
Yeah, the only thing that gets me a little lost is when we cut to like the patron room, and everybody is just named by state.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the personalities are so strong that it almost kind of doesn't matter. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I know who New York is because he's like the douchebag Wall Street bro.
Yep.
And I know who Lady Carolina is because her sister's in the thing. You know, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that our main character patron that hired Lone Gunman is Massachusetts, but it almost doesn't matter because we know that she's like the main character person, you
Mhm.
know? So even in those moments when you have, I don't know, a hectic or like I'll also call it a cluttered environment,
Mhm.
the writing is so strong that the characters are still able to be told apart.
Yeah. Right.
What I want a percentage from you guys. What's the likelihood that Pretty Boy doesn't kill his redneck gas station friend? Is he just using him to get around town, or is he going to form some kind of unlikely bond with his little pet, for lack of a better word?
I think they have a little bit of a bond. I think they're both kind of conspiratorial types, and I think Pretty Boy is getting a kick out of, I think the convenience store worker's name is Mike,
Mm-hmm.
running him around town and getting him places he needs to be. But we did see the silhouette of Rascal Randy standing in the road. So convenience store Mike may not be Pretty Boy's concern very much longer.
Yeah. I think I think Pretty Boy is entertained by
Yeah.
convenience store Mike, but
Yeah.
would not hesitate for a second to kill him if it served him.
Okay.
Yeah. I do think like a lot of these killers are sociopaths and off their rockers.
Yeah.
I think I said this in the first episode that Pretty Boy seems a little more of like a down to earth kind of character. That
Yeah.
is not just like, I'm mad, I'm going to go on like an unwieldy killing spree.
You're locked in here with me.
Yeah, he seems a little more like pointed and precise.
Mhm.
Interesting that you say this, Mike D,
Yeah.
because you picked Pretty Boy to die before issue 7.
Yeah, I think there's maybe too many strong characters
Yeah.
to go that far, right? By that
Yeah.
point, we'll only have how many characters? Well, the one character dies an issue, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the promise that we've been given.
Yep.
And there are 12?
13 for the 13 original colonies.
13 original colonies.
Yeah, you can't have like everyone can't be a carry. You know what I mean? Just like there has to be some bit characters that just get snipped away. Or there's just too much sex in the city.
So to refresh everyone's memory, the pick to win, Mike D picked Lone Gunman
Yep.
from Massachusetts. Greg picked
no regrets.
Lady Carolina from South Carolina.
Yeah. Instantly regretting
And-
that.
And Vargas picked Gamer Kid and Calvin. I am feeling more confident about my pick because the Gamer Kid and Calvin did not show up in this issue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues. A lot of people didn't show up in this issue, Vargas, so calm
Look,
down.
I know there's a lot of comic book left, but if they don't show up, I'm feeling good about it.
Is it weird that everyone, and this is issue 3, and they keep making a point to say that Lady Carolina has a twin sister? Like, is this
Yeah.
going to be like a weird thing of just like, oh, the wrong sister actually died? Like we said, you thought we were messing with Melissa. Actually, she's in the game right now.
We sent the non-trained to
It's like
kill
a parent
sister.
trap thing happening.
Actually, that would be a cool twist. They send the non-trained to kill sister to die, and then the trained to kill sister kills everybody else.
Right. Well, wasn't she puking?
Uh-huh.
So she's pregnant.
Is she?
No, I think she's nauseous because she's so worried and sickened by the idea of her sister dying.
Okay.
Yeah, that was how I read it.
Here's my tinfoil hat conspiracy thing. That person we're seeing in the patron rich people room was the sister who was supposed to go fight.
But
Okay.
since she was pregnant, this other sister goes in her place.
Grievous twin and pregnancy double revelation.
Okay. Got it. Clever.
But who's the father?
New York.
The guy who was taunting her?
No.
It's the lone gunman.
It's Fox Mask Killer, which they just
The girl?
it's a joke, and they've
Oh,
already
okay.
confirmed that they know each other.
True.
Lady Carolina and the Fox Mask Killer with the New York delegate being like, you ruined her life already, so what do you care? So much comeuppance.
Lots of threads still to be pulled in
What
this
a
book.
beautiful quilt they are weaving for us.
Anybody regretting doing a podcast about this? I'm not yet.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Hey, kudos to us is all I'm saying for having the balls to go down this road. What if we got to issue 4 and it just shat the bed?
That is,
Then
we'd have a bunch of really easy episodes to do afterwards.
or really hard episodes.
Or we just like throw it away. Just like, we read a shitty comic book, but we're going to talk about basketball now. I think it just speaks volumes to us about being able to pick premier indie comic books to cover, because we did it with Crosstalk. That was a banger of a show. It's because we knew that crossover was going to be good. We identified that this was going to be a heater. And we got everyone on the Discord to fill out fake basketball brackets. So that, we're just hit makers. We're influencers.
That's right.
I don't know.
And
I'm not regretting it at all.
Next year, we're going to play the card game, right? When it comes out.
Yeah. Andy, did you see... Oh, you did, because it was in the Discord. The Ice Cream Man comic book. That's a deck of cards.
Oh, dude, I already emailed my shop to try and order it.
How does that book just break the mold every time?
I'm stoked about it. I'm absolutely... And I'm reading online that it's probably only going to cost $10.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. I love that you could just get it through Diamond still.
Yeah, that is on issue in the series.
In place
That's how
of
they're
an issue,
advertising.
yeah.
Very cool.
Any last thoughts on issue 3?
Last chance for final thoughts.
I think there's a good chance we lose Rascal Randy next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the Recluse. The Recluse got set up in the car dealership, but never got paid off.
Yep.
And so it seemed like it kind of came down to Lady Carolina or Recluse. And we're thinking Lady Carolina maybe lasts a little longer for that sub-story to pay off. And then, Rascal Randy also seems like an easier one to throw away, since it's like a killer in a mascot suit.
Yeah.
Who just I think his weapon of choice is hands.
Yes. Yeah. He's like strangling people to death.
He's just like brute force. So yeah, I think he's gonna be maybe easier to go down.
I will say we do need to acknowledge the ticking time box, which is that concert/dance hall, because we have 3 killers en route to it. We have a child en route to it, and we have the boyfriend's headed there. So it's like something huge is going to come about because of all these characters crossing paths at this concert/dance hall.
Yeah, is that going to be the like issue 6 big event? Everybody gets there and it is exploded and or lit on fire.
Yeah,
by
I can see that happening.
The two killers that are in there.
Yeah, we still have yet to see the Fox Mask killer.
True.
So either that person just isn't wearing their costume, or they're going to make a big splash next issue.
I guess we'll see.
Stay tuned.
Lying low. Is the Fox Mask killer somebody that already lives in the town?
Oh, is it? Is it the EMT?
Is it Laura?
Is Laura the Fox Mask killer?
Oh my God! Did we M. Night Shyamalan it? We don't have to do the podcast anymore. Damn it!
We figured it out. Sorry, James.
Why are we too smart? Oh well. Fuck Nurse Pete.
Yep.
Piece of shit.
Those babies are dead, right?
Yeah, man. The babies are dead.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say it out loud, but yes.
That's a bummer. I didn't think they were going to go there, but they did.
I thought there was a world where we could interpret where that Ian found him first. That he heard them coming and said, "Forget the babies. Let me cover myself in blood," which he punctured a bunch of bags of blood and covered himself in it to make himself look dead, which is also very clever. When they come upon him, they're like, "Oh shit, it wasn't Nurse Pete."
Here's my perfect scenario. This book continues, and then we get like some kind of like resolution, and like the army comes in or the police come in to save people, and at the end we see Ian with his Two-Face protecting all these babies in the hospital. Like that's the big reveal, just like
That-
our boy
perfect.
made it, and he was a bigger hero by saving all these babies.
All the babies.
And then he becomes a father to 18 babies. And then
There you
that's
go.
season 2 of Exquisite Corpses. He's just so dirt tired from raising 18 babies.
It's just a baby free for all.
One man and 18 babies.
I love that 80s movie.
Try sneaking these kids into a movie.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for episode 3. I guess we'll see everybody next month.
Yeah. And folks, we weren't kidding about a theme song. We really need you to step up and just give us some sort of jingle. Anything. Honestly. It could be just the silliest thing in the world. And you could sing it and you could promote yourself in the same breath. Just like head on down to Steve's Automotive Exquisite Corpse Podcast.
Good job.
This is a free promotion for Steve's Automotive.
You owe us, Steve.
Hopefully we get a submission, because if not, I guess we have to use that.
No, don't. I'll do a better one. Someone in the show.
We'll see you guys next month.
Bye.
For those souls bold enough to return to Oak Valley, Maine, we'll see you here for issue 4 of Exquisite Corpses.